Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 20 of the Mitch and Alex Show. He's Mitch.
Am I?
I'm Alex.
Are ya?
And we are the Mitch and Alex Show, sponsored by Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance. And Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance only. What a show we have planned today, Mitch. We're talking about All-Star in the year 2023. And what a year it was for us. How many shows did we do? I forgot to count.
25, 26.
That's nuts. And we've only got more planned for next year, don't we?
It's a pretty cooked schedule for next year, to be honest with you.
But I'm excited. I'm not excited for all the hard work and lack of sleep that I'll be getting, but
welcome to the wrestling business box. It's not a hobby business.
It's not, but I'm excited. I'm
Oh,
wearing the Santa hat today.
And I forgot my Mitch and Alex shirt, so
that's all right. I'm wearing mine.
Happens to the best of us.
I probably should have worn my Jasmine Brettle shirt today, but
Jazz is going to be pissed off.
That's all right. We will speak about Jasmine as what a 2023 she had.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, how was your week, Mitch?
Well, I'm recovering from the show box. You know how it is for me. It takes 2 to 3 days to recover, so I'm feeling good after the show.
Yeah.
This is my come good day.
Yeah.
And also, there is all sorts of great content going up on the All-Star YouTube channel. Suss it out. That's all being uploaded. And it's getting my thumbs up of approval. So go suss it out.
We will speak about it, I guess, towards the end of the show as our last show of 2023. And what a show it was, Mitch.
It was a great show. But we need to finish 2023 with the final show of 2023.
We do.
So if you want to hear our thoughts on it, stick around.
Let me just pull up my notes for the year.
Also, Box, we need to mention, we got a Christmas gift.
We do, from none other than Dancing Dave Waters, which is ironic considering it was his birthday last year and he's last week, and he's the one giving us the gifts.
It's all right.
Should we open them now or should we open them at the end of the show?
Open them at the end of the show. If you want to see what gift we've been given, stick around and we'll suss it out. I don't even know what it is. You don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. He told me
he gave us a satchel and he said, open it on the pod, and we've honored that.
Yeah, he made me promise that I wouldn't open it or have a look at it. So it's been sitting on my desk and I haven't touched it.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, one of them's wrapped in newspaper.
Have you wanted to open it?
I have. I'm excited because the fact that he wanted us to open it on the podcast means it'd either be something amazing or something hilarious.
What if it's something just offensive?
Then I'd be angry.
Like, what if we open it and there's just this awful rotting smell and it's like liquid ass in there or something?
Yeah, I hope not.
It doesn't smell though.
No, it doesn't. Imagine you just took a shit in a parcel and gave it to him.
I would be so pissed off. Let
I'd
me tell
throw
you.
it at him.
You'd keep a hold of it.
I would.
Okay. I think you'd notice if it was shit.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. So let's begin. The year that was 2023.
2023, our final year of the timeline until next year, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of next year, we'll bring this back for 2024.
It's been popular with our regulars, and
It has been.
I see one regular in there already.
Oh yeah, let's give him a hello. David Bullock, how are you? Always in here right at the start.
Yes, yeah.
So
where's Rap? I heard he was cooking a steak.
He said he was cooking a steak and he was going to jump in. Rap, if you're watching, chuck a comment in.
Rap, chuck a comment in. Tell us if you're having mushroom with your steak.
Or gravy.
Gravy and mushroom is the way to go.
Bit of mash, roast veggies.
You're getting me moist, Box. I'm waiting for a chicken chow mein.
So.
Might even eat it on the pod. We might be here a while.
Wow. 2023 kicked off with the third Summer Spectacular event. What an event it was.
Yeah, well, it's your favorite event, isn't it, Box?
I think so, yeah. So the current Eastern States champion, Tony Cruz, appeared. We saw the return of Keegan Brettle. We also saw the Eagles versus Eagles match, which we'll touch on. But let me just do a quick run.
First ever women's tag as well.
Yeah.
So let's run through it. I'm keen.
So the opener of the event was Xander Sullivan defeating Tony Cruz, which we just saw a rematch of.
Yeah. Cruz picked up the win that time.
Did.
Spoilers.
Wes Williams defeats Caesar, and in this match, the winner would be Hell Yeah's tag team partner.
That's right. I do remember that.
Face Morgan Rose and Otis.
It was the battle of the friends.
It was to prove who really was Hell Yeah's best friend.
Where's one?
Yeah, and look how that turned out.
We'll touch on that.
Belle Pierce and Shazza McKenzie defeat Frankie B and Jasmine Brettle.
It was a good match too,
Jack
from
Dullahan
what I remember.
retains the Eastern States title via referee's decision against Aries. It was a referee stoppage as Aries could no longer compete. I think he was all bloodied and beaten and bruised, and the referee stopped the match.
He couldn't defend himself.
Yeah. What is that?
There is an odd noise out there, box.
Mitch is checking out the odd one. I'll keep running through the card. In a flag match, we saw Johnny Starr defeat B-Boy. We also saw the semi-main event for the All-Star Wrestling Tag Team titles. Now, I believe Wes Williams came out to face Morgan Rose Notice for the tag team titles, and he was attacked by Morgan Rose Notice.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Oh, fair enough. They both attacked Hell Yeah and Wes Williams, only for the former commissioner, Keegan Brettle, to make his triumphant return, came out of retirement. Hell Yeah and Keegan Brettle defeated Morgan Rose Notice to become the tag team champion. And then in the main event, for possibly the last time ever, Ryan Eagles defeated Robbie Eagles to retain the All-Star Heavyweight title.
That was my thought. It'd probably be the last time we'd ever see that match, for a championship at least.
So Tony Cruz returned on the show after a stint away from All-Star.
Yep.
What
It was a big stint, like
Yeah.
3 years.
How did the return come about, and what were your thoughts on Cruz and his return?
Well, Cruz is a big dick. We don't really like Cruz on the pod or like backstage. Nobody really likes Cruz.
Kind of just sits in his own corner.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
but despite being an asshole, he's a talented asshole. We've said that on the pod. He's a good wrestler.
Like you.
Yeah,
Talented asshole.
that's right. Some people would be agreeing with you. Some people would be disagreeing. But no, with Cruz, we book him because he's a good wrestler, not because he's a good person. And he came back. I think he was ready to make a step up. You know, like there's a lot of guys that come from smaller promotions into bigger ones to test themselves at All Star. And I don't want to speak for Tony Cruz because I might be wrong, but I think he was ready to make that jump.
Aries and Jack Dullahan have their first match on this event.
Yes.
What
After
did,
quite a bit of build as well.
yeah, what did you think of the match and I guess the build up to that point?
Some ant right there. The build was good. Like Christmas Carnage, the original one, they fought to end the show, and it was a pretty crazy time. And then there was all this build for the match, and Aries wanting that shot at the Eastern States title. He finally got it, and the match, I recall it being very hard hitting and strong. It was a good match, so no complaints there.
The content cat has asked where the Mitch and Alex show banner is, as has the warden. And we discussed it. We've got it sitting right there. And we're going to put it up, but we're running out of time. And just thought, well, we're at the last year of our All-Star timelines. We
Might
thought
as well keep it running.
up.
And hello to the content cat.
Yeah. He also said cool podcast, which pops me every time. Keegan made his triumphant return.
One of your favorite moments, boss.
There is a video of me on the YouTube page.
Jumping up and down.
Jumping up and down, got in his face and yelled. It was great. And then I went for a high five and he snubbed me.
Were you disappointed?
I was a bit sad. And also he cracked Morgan Rose in the head with a beer can, and all the splatter from the beer just went all over me, and I smelled like BB for the rest of the night. It was pretty funny.
At the age of 17 years old, not good, box.
So give some insight into how you kept the return of Keegan secret, and how you found out that he was cleared to go.
Well, he told me he was cleared to go.
Yeah. How long before the show was he cleared to go?
Not that long before the show. I don't think. I don't really recall. I remember on the day, though, there was some hints that people were kind of figuring things out, that they might not be as they seem. So, like, for example, the club staff saw him turning up with his gear bag. And they go, oh, I thought you'd never be back. So, and then there's your story as well, where you knew something was going on.
I did. Should I tell the story?
No. But there was your story as well, where you may have caught on something was happening, and tried to keep it away from everyone. But there were a couple of people that found out, but the fans didn't. In regards to how we did it, we snuck him into into a room, and then he come out.
Fair enough.
That's all I could say.
Fair
Just in case we ever do something like that again.
enough.
Hmm.
And then the main event, Eagles versus Eagles. Who
Very
came up
high
with the idea?
profile match. Who came up with both of them?
Oh, right.
They wanted to wrestle each other again, so we allowed it.
Fair enough.
It happened for.
How do you feel about the match? Because I thought it was match of the night. It was a fantastic match.
Yeah, it was probably one of the best matches of 2023, to be honest.
I mean, with those two who have known each other for so long and have wrestled so many times,
100%.
you'd expect a good match out of them. But it was a great match.
It was. Yeah, 100%. They had a banger. And yeah, that's all I can really say about it.
Fair enough. Let's see. David Bullock says there's some internet issues on his end. He'll give us a rewatch later. He said this year is the year that he got to most shows.
Oh, interesting.
And the content cat says, imagine if Eagles versus Eagles had more birds. So are you the content cat or are you just like the content animal lover?
He's pro animal.
Right. And then you made your first trip to Bateman's Bay.
Yes.
What were your memories from Bash at the Bay 1?
Not too many memories, mainly of matches or whatever, but remember the building being absolutely stunning, and you would know that. You'd find out 6 months later.
Yeah.
But just an incredible setup down there at the Bateman's Bay, and so nice as well. Like free food for the wrestlers, free drinks for the wrestlers. So can't put over the Bay Pavilion enough. They got a great crew down there.
Matches on this card include Aries, Jasmine Brettle, and Wes Williams taking on Erica Reed, Morgan Rose, and Otis. There was Hell Yeah and Keegan Brettle defending against Falco and Lindstrom. Jack Dullahan versus Sid Parker. It was a pretty good card.
It was, yeah. And there's Sid Parker, always good to have him on there, and Erica Reed as well as two special interstate guests. So, yeah, great to have them.
We then moved to Survival of the Fittest, which was our February show.
The debut of the Rumble Box.
Yeah, so Wes Williams defeats Otis in the opener. Aries defeats Johnny Starr in what was a fantastic match. Jack Dullahan successfully defends the Eastern States title against Luke Watts.
It's a good one as well.
Ryan Eagles defeats Genghis Kong for the heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
Keegan and Hell Yeah defeat Andrew Villalobos and Tony Cruz. An interesting tag team.
The tag team that couldn't stay on the same page, Box.
Yeah. Shazza McKenzie defeats Jasmine Brettle to become the first ever All-Star Wrestling Australia Women's Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And in the main event, in the 20-man Rumble,
it was a 20-man.
Wes Williams wins the 20-man Rumble to become number one contender for the All-Star Heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
Names in this Rumble include the debut of Mike Valuable.
I do remember Mike Valuable's debut, actually.
The likes of Jack Dullahan were in there, Keegan, Johnny
Aries.
Starr, Aries, Hell Yeah. All the All-Star favorites, plus a few, I guess, non-regular All-Star competitors, such as 5-Star Flash, the Misfit, Saxon Hughes, and so forth. Just a question here from the content cat that popped me. If Alex Box was an animal, he would be Sid from Ice Age.
It's true. You do have that look about you, Box.
They also said that you're a bald eagle.
Why?
I don't know. Ask the content.
Content cat, can you please explain? Thank you.
Yeah, so Genghis Kong makes his return to All-Star to face Ryan Eagles for the heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
Why was Genghis put into such a key position at that time, especially after being away for so long?
There's kind of like a history there between those two, and Genghis is a good heavyweight wrestler. So it wasn't really a key position either. I think it was the match before intermission. Like, the selling point of that show was the crowning of the women's champion and the Rumble. So Eagles just picks up a win over an old foe here in Genghis Kong. And, a nice little nod to the history of All-Star. Genghis Kong had made appearances in 2018, 2020, 2021, 2022. So still around in 2023 in some capacity.
The inaugural All-Star Women's Champion was crowned, and it was Shazza McKenzie.
Mm-hmm.
Why was Shazza selected to be the first champion, and how is she to work with during her, I guess, brief stint in All Star?
Yeah, it was only 4 matches, I think. Well, she was picked. You think of Australian women's wrestlers who are locally based. You think like Madison Eagles, Shazza McKenzie, Jasmine Brettle, Jessica Troy. There's a few others that are doing really well, like Delta, but she kind of had a breakout year this year. You think Shazza, she's been overseas, she's done AEW, she's done NXT. She's a good representative of that championship.
Yeah.
And as for how she was to work, was really good. Can't criticize her for anything. She was just, super professional and good to have around. It's a shame it didn't last longer, but
Wes Williams wins the Rumble.
yeah.
Why Wes Williams?
He's the best choice at the time, I think. After you take into account everything that happened, kind of needed to win this match. Yeah.
So it was a short run for Shazza, as before the next event, she vacated the title and said that she was handing it over to a wrestler of her choice, which we'll discuss quickly. But why did Shazza leave?
Oh, she moved to the US as a shoot. Like that's where she lives now.
Yeah.
So she was always upfront about it as well. She made me aware of it, and she said, look, there might be a possibility that I take the women's title and I have to move to the US. I took the risk and the gamble, and her visa paperwork came through, and she said, look, I got to go. And what am I going to do? No, Shazza, you can't go.
Yeah.
No, I let her go. Well, I didn't let her go. That's, I just said, that's fine, and I respect you for telling me. And Shazza was great. She, after she did the Ring of Honor show, which I think was after we crowned a new champion, she said, I just want to apologize again. I hope you understand why I had to do it, especially with the Ring of Honor thing. So she's great.
Yeah. Then there was a couple collecticons, and then we hit the All-Star 5-year anniversary show.
5 years, Box.
What a ride it's been. We're about to hit 6.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So in the opener, Grant Lindstrom defeats B-Boy and Xander Sullivan, number 1 contendership for the Eastern States title.
Mm-hmm.
The Belief, Johnny Starr and Mike Babel, I guess, make their All-Star debut as a team.
And what a team. It's really a team that has done so much in 9 months, if that.
They defeated Caesar and the Buccaneer, Piracy. Tony Cruz defeats Andrew Villalobos after their
brief team.
Yeah, after their
very brief team
falling apart. Aries defeats Jack Dullahan in the first ever All-Star ladder match for the Eastern States title. The newly crowned women's champion, Billy Mack, versus Jasmine Brettle, ends in a double countout for the women's title. Without warning, Morgan Rose and Otis defeat Hellyeah and Keegan Brettle to become 2-time All-Star Tag Team Champions. And Ryan Eagles defeats Wes Williams, number 1 contender. So Grant Lindstrom opens up the show here, winning the Eastern States title contendership, and then never repeated again. What happened? What happened to Grant Lindstrom? I thought he doesn't stop.
It's a good question. I don't know what happened to Grant. I can speculate. I think his brother's promotion at the time, Kingdom, wasn't running, so he needed bookings, and then his brother's promotion come back. So he's like, oh, well, I don't need to take the All-Star bookings anymore. I tried to book him a few times to honor that win, but he never really wanted to pair off with the Aries, I guess. I don't know.
Fair enough. Aries and Jack Dullahan compete in the first ever ladder match for All-Star. What did you think of the match? Was it hard to set up? Because I've heard some stories.
Have you heard some stories?
You've told me some stories.
Was it? It was. So, what did I think of the match? I thought it was really good. A lot of Aries support for what would end up being a title win for him. Yeah, good match. And the setup.
I heard you almost fell off the ladder trying to hook.
I did fall off the ladder.
You did fall off the ladder.
I fell from about 6 rungs up, and I landed on the ropes.
Oh.
like Rey Mysterio when he used to run the ropes. I landed on the second rope and flung
Bounced
back,
off,
but
yeah.
I didn't fall.
Okay.
And I remember people being like, "Oh my goodness!" And someone said, "Oh, it was like Rey Mysterio." So in 2023, I've been compared to Rey Mysterio.
What are some of your memories of that match? Because that was my last show as a fan, and sitting front row, I absolutely loved it. Just the image of Jack Dullahan falling off the ladder through the table, the Aries, reaching for the belt, claiming his first ever singles title.
Yeah, I think you've captured it quite well. Like it had that big match feel.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember the big bump. I think there was like 2 or 3 really
Yeah,
big
there's a
ones.
couple. Yeah.
And I remember the reaction when Aries won.
It was a huge reaction. I think everyone was excited to see Aries finally shine as a single star.
Aries becoming, I don't know, like a single star. We'll go with that.
Because he was the tag team champion previously, the year before.
Yeah, for like 29 days.
Yeah. And then he obviously became a singles wrestler then, but I think that title win just elevated him so much higher.
Absolutely. And Jack Dullahan had like an amazing title run as well. Like
still hasn't been pinned.
No, Aries managed to get the better of him, but it's due to stipulations. But like Dullahan racked up like 17 title defenses in a row. It really was amazing.
Still the longest reigning Eastern States champion, Jack Dullahan.
But Aries almost beat him out.
Yeah, Aries had just over 200 days, didn't he?
Yeah, and Dullahan was like 260.
Billy Mack is revealed as the new women's champion. Why Billy Mack?
So Billy Mack had done a tour of. So Billy Mack's from Queensland. She'd done a tour of Casino and Evans Head, yeah. And while she was new at the time, I saw something there in her where she's very annoying as a character.
Yeah. I hated her as a fan.
Yeah. But she talks annoying. She comes out in that blue beret and jacket, and it's like this person's annoying. So we had her as an annoying heel, and how annoying she was.
Yeah,
like but very talented person to be able to do that and get over with the crowd, because she was thrown into a tough spot and she really did well.
So also on this show, the 5-year anniversary show, an announcement was made by All-Star official Special Man Jace. And,
Special Man Jace, yep.
The owner of FWA, 5-Star Flash.
Yeah.
So the announcement was that there'd be a joint weekend show. So it'd be 2 shows. On the Saturday and Sunday, one held at the 5 Dock RSL, one held at the Padstar.
You've done your research.
I have, yeah. Well, I was also in attendance for the announcement. So. And the event would feature Fandango.
Yeah.
Kalisto, Lince Dorado. So 3 former WWE superstars, and then like 3 other randoms that I hadn't really heard of. How did this agreement come about, and when did it come about?
Jeez.
This event was set to be held at the beginning of July, right? It was like July 1st and 2nd.
It was the first weekend of July. It was going to go up against Impact in Wagga.
Right.
Probably would have. I remember where I was. I don't remember the date, but I remember I was on holiday. I'm just chilling in a little coastal town in New South Wales, and I keep getting messages about Fivey wanting to run St. Mary's Leagues Club. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Because you would, I guess, tapped out of that building, haven't you?
No, we were going to run it in 2023, but they upped the price.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, oh, well, I can't realistically run there if they're going to up the price. There was a woman there who gave us a good deal on the building. But I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with him running it. Just if there's an acknowledgement to All-Star, that would be good. Some acid reflux there, box.
And some more Pepsi.
No, that's not helping. No, I need the water. So yeah, I'm like the person who asked me is someone who does a lot for All-Star, and I'm like, yeah, just if you can work out a deal, like just an acknowledgement of All-Star, maybe book a few of the guys, and we'll be sweet. So that very quickly turned into like, oh, he wants to do a joint show. And I'm like, okay, as long as I don't have to pay too much, that could be fun. And then it became like this big thing where it's like, oh, he wants to book 1 international, he wants to book 3 internationals, he wants to book 6 internationals, and I'm like, well,
And then he wants to book 12 international.
Yeah. But I'm like, okay, I'm okay with him doing that, but I'm absolutely not going to pay for 6 internationals. Mind you, I'm on holiday, so I'm not running numbers, but I knew 6 internationals was a bad idea.
That'd be anywhere like around 20 grand, wouldn't it?
Yeah, in flights alone. For 6 average flights to the US, 2 grand, so you're looking 12 grand. Yeah, maybe 20 grand or more. And I'm like, I'm not going into that. Not with 5e at least. I'd do it myself. But anyway, we told him that he can do what he wants. He can bring in international if he wants. It wasn't a prerequisite. I didn't really care.
It's just he's got to pay for them.
Yeah, if he wants them, he pays for them. So that's how the deal kind of came about. And then we started talking more when I wasn't on holiday. And it just kind of blossomed from there.
Jason says, I know what I'm doing, bro. Looking slick, special man. Nice hat box. How's Santa doing after getting whooped?
We'll talk about that at the end of the show.
At the end of the show. Stick around, Jason.
I've got an update on Santa. But yeah, I think I covered that question pretty good, right, Box?
Yeah. So my next question was, did All-Star have any say in the international?
No, but we tried to guide him. Like, we felt Fandango, Lindsay Dorado, and Callisto were good choices because they're all kind of fresh out of WWE.
Yeah.
But then he had 3 others.
And like Fandango was a fairly popular when he was around. Like he beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. So he was a fairly big deal.
Yeah.
And Callisto and Lindsay Dorado, probably not as popular, but still.
Well, Callisto was the US champion and
Lindsay Dorado was his sidekick. So
yeah. So we felt those 3 were good. And then there was multiple times where we said just use like those 3.
Yeah.
He said, no, we need 6. So I'm like, we tried to guide him. So I'm like, instead of dropping X amount of dollars on, there's a girl from France.
Yeah.
I said, nobody's going to know her. I said, I can get you Chris Masters for less. No, we don't want Chris Masters. He was just here. I'm like, yeah, but Chris Masters is going to bring you more people than random girl from France.
Yeah.
No, I won't do it. Offer to make a phone call to Orlando Jordan for him. He goes, no, I don't want that. So we didn't have a say. We tried to guide him, but yeah, for the most part, he didn't listen to us when it comes to the internationals.
So there has been speculation online and I guess in wrestling circles about the true story, and I think we briefly touched on it here, but I don't think we've gone completely in depth about it.
It's not really a big story.
No, it's not.
You want the story, Box?
Yeah, so All-Star's side of things is that 5e ran out of money.
Yeah.
His side of things is that we lied and made that whole story up and that it's all about egos and whatever. So what is the full story on why it didn't go ahead?
You ran out of money.
We ran out of money. Yeah.
So here's the situation. In between these 2 shows that we're talking about now, there was... Box, are you a messenger? What's going on, Chief?
I'm getting some notifications, Chief. I'm listening.
Having a chat to you.
I'm listening.
In between the anniversary show and the Welcome to Hell event, which is coming up, I think it was a week before Welcome to Hell, we announced that, 5e had messaged us and he said, look, I'm not going to be able to run the show. I'm trying to work it out, but it's going to be one event and it's going to be with Callisto and Lindsay, which is what he ended up doing anyway. Yeah. And I'm like, you can't do that to the fans because we promised Fandango and the 3 other girls. I don't really know if they have audiences, But you promised them 6 and you're going to give them 2.
Yeah, I think one of them was like on NXT UK or something, but only really the hardcores would know them.
Yeah, but still, I felt like 6 to 2 would be a shit deal.
Yeah.
So an argument ensued, not a major one.
Yeah.
And I wasn't privy to it. The person who was helping me out with the deal was.
Right.
They were arguing. But I said to him, I said, look, if we can do the show as it was originally promised, or we're just gonna have to pull out. And he said, all right, pull out. So we pulled out. And the reality of the situation is he did run out of money. Lindsay Dorado, this isn't even inside information.
Oh, no, yeah, like they put it on Twitter.
Yeah, Lindsay Dorado recently went on Twitter and said that, you know, Fivey had no money for the show and they had to hold his wallet from him until he paid them.
Yeah.
So if it was a lie on our behalf, why would Lindsay Dorado be holding the man up for money?
Yeah.
And why would the event with 12 internationals that was meant to happen last month, why was that cancelled? Yeah. Comments?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So,
and we'll touch on the another 5e story later on.
Yeah, so I was going to say, well, he obviously doesn't have the best reputation.
No.
I don't know if he did before this, but after this.
My understanding of it was at the time when we agreed to work with him that some people gave him a bad rap. But I quickly found out that what people say about him is fair. As a business person. Now, as a person, he's cool.
Yeah.
Well, not cool, but
he stopped me for a podcast.
He's an acceptable person. Like, I got no issue with him as a person. But as a business person, he really kind of fucked everyone over.
But you're only slightly better, remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
Comment.
So how was it working with him? Like, what were the pros and cons, I guess?
Pros were he seemed willing to listen at first. Because apparently, according to the person that was helping me with the deal, Fivey wanted to come in and learn from All Star and improve his product. And I'm always willing to help people that want to learn.
I can confirm.
Yes. So, like, that aspect of it was cool. He was a respectable guy, like, in general. But then when the wheels started to fall off, he wasn't so respectable. And like, there was a time where he left me with all the refund charges for like his customers, and it was his cancellation, and I had to fix it so the customers didn't miss out on money. So he kind of scammed me a little bit. And the stories of him not paying people as well. But as a person, like, I can't criticize him, but as a business person, I don't think he should be running wrestling shows. There's too many people getting fucked over. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I won't harp on too much about Fivey.
Fair enough. Well, after this all, I guess, fizzled out, we hit Welcome to Hell.
Did it fizzle box?
I guess so. Well, actually, sorry, no, I've missed a bit.
What have you missed?
Last year, the All-Star Wrestling School opens up.
Well, that's this year,
Well,
box.
this year, yeah.
Yeah.
7 students joined the All-Star Academy, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
When did the idea for the school happen? How did it all happen? Give me a rundown of the process.
So I was living in Wollongong. I was living in an apartment where we were looking to move to Sydney, and my partner found All Star HQ, and she's like, we could do a school. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. Sussed out the area back behind us. That was good. This area we're in is suitable for a classroom. It's carpeted and gets cold in the winter, hot in the summer, but it's shelter at least.
Good enough for a podcast.
That's right. So we decided that one half of our house would be All Star HQ and the other one would be living quarters. Spoke to Keegan, he was keen. Spoke to Johnny Starr, he was keen, and we started.
Here we are.
I'm a mover and shaker, box. I just get shit done. Like, It would have been 3 months from between let's do this to we're doing it. Everyone's here now.
Yeah, because I think it was in January. I was playing Fortnite with Keegan, and he said that there might be a school opening up,
Mhm.
and I should come down.
Because
And
I moved to Padstow in January.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
yeah, and here we are. Not 8 months later.
Yeah, it happened.
It happened.
I always sit on an idea and think about it, but if I'm passionate about it, I'll just execute.
Here's a question for you: what were your first impressions of everyone that turned up? Who's this gangly ass looking kid?
No, well, we knew who you were.
That is true. Yeah, you did.
I vaguely knew who you were. Well, I knew who you were because you sat ringside all the time.
That is true.
I didn't know you as a person, though. I got to know you. Jimmy was made fun of to start with. But he's come good now. The Warden was another one.
Yeah, he was a ringsider. He was addicted to.
He was a ringsider, and we were like, oh, it's an older guy trying out to be a wrestler. He must be going for his DDP title run.
Yeah, right.
Or his DDP run, because DDP started wrestling at like 40.
Yeah.
So that was the thought on him. Rowley, I already knew because he'd been helping out at the past 3 All-Star shows. Who else is there?
Dave.
The Puppeteer I already knew.
Yep.
Dave. He came in with a bit of a sympathetic story, so there was sympathy for him there.
Yeah.
We won't go into the sympathetic story, but he was someone who tried to be a wrestler originally and couldn't for reasons, and then he was back to give it another go. So it was an underdog story.
Look at him now.
That's right.
What a fella.
And then there's another fella as well. He came and never came again.
Yeah.
So not much opinion on him. I didn't get to know him too good.
Fair enough.
Is there anyone else we're missing?
I think so. No, I think that's it.
All right.
It'd be funny if you did forget someone though.
I always
Straight in the group chat, they're like, "Oh, Mitch, how dare you forget me?" The Millennial Man says, "Mitch Kristen, when are you giving back my title?"
It's AV.
Yeah.
I don't have your title belt, AV. Why does he come in and do this, Box?
I don't know. Cameraman Shay says, "How has the school been overall?"
I love it. It's 3 days a week, so it's positive for the students, but it's not too much for my own personal life.
Oh, I'm here every day. What do you mean?
Yeah, you're here the most. Yeah, and it's a bit weird.
I live here
practically, yeah. But no, it's overall it's been really good. The students are all cool and we all get along, so that's good. Lots of banter, which I like. I've got a new crew of people to rib and joke around with. Sometimes I curl up in the fetal position,
which we'll touch on when we get to September. Cameron Shea says he was also there, but decided to stay as a camera dude.
Yeah, he was at the tryout. Yeah.
All right. Welcome to hell. Let's get to it.
I mean, welcome to hate.
In the opener, in his Padstow debut, the Puppeteer is defeated by J-Law, also making his All-Star debut.
Yeah, J-Law, former Australian champion, turns up for his All-Star run.
Mike Valuable with Johnny Starr defeats Caesar.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Cruz defeats B-Boy. Huge win for Cruz there. In the semi-main event, Hell Yeah, Keegan Brettle and Wes Williams defeat Ryan Eagles and Without Warning. In the main event, 3 stages of Hell match.
Nice one, Box.
Thank you. Aries defeats Jack Dullahan. So Aries put Dullahan through a table. Dullahan then made Aries bleed in the first blood stipulation. And then Aries defeated Jack Dullahan, last man standing. So Dullahan's still not pinned.
No, I always tell people, the last time he lost was March 2022.
That is true.
So who knows? He again didn't get pinned or submitted this past weekend. But Summer Spectacular's around the corner, Box. You never know.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts of that match and I guess the culmination of a 6-month blood feud?
I said before the feud was real good. The match was what it needed to be. Like they took some big bumps.
Yeah, I think Aries got power bombed like in like the stairs in the crowd.
Yeah, I remember a big table bump in the crowd. Did they use the ladder in this one too?
I think so. Not sure though. Can't
There's
remember.
a lot of chair shots and violence. It got pretty out of hand, but it had to be because they were such fierce rivals.
Any other memories from that card?
I remember being concerned that it wouldn't draw too good. Welcome to hell, and we'd been doing really good.
Yeah, it was only a 5-match card as well. Normally we run 6 or 7.
Well, there was a Billy Mack and Jasmine segment in there too.
Right.
But no, I was really concerned it wouldn't draw, and then like it ended up drawing like in the final 2 days, which is actually what happened the last show.
Yeah.
Christmas Carnage was like 60 tickets sold in the last 2 days. So
And then pretty decent turnout.
yeah, it was a great turnout. Yeah, but there's moments as a promoter where you're like, oh, I hope people are coming, and it always works itself out, or most of the time. Knock on wood.
Nice.
I wouldn't want there to be 20 people for the summer spectacular, would I?
That it's
Yeah.
And
But no, that's my memory. Like I remember thinking, oh shit, it's not going to draw, and it did pretty good.
yeah, there was a cheeky collecticon in between, and then we head back to the Padstow RSL for a
The
night
night to remember.
The fourth night to remember, our WrestleMania, so to speak.
Biggest night of the year, box.
There was about 250 people packed into the Padstow RSL. We're at capacity, I believe. In the opener, J-Law defeated Keegan Brettle. Trainer versus student match.
Yeah.
Jasmine Brettle defeats Azalea in an all-star women's title #1 contendership match.
The winner would take on Billy Mack later on.
Piracy defeated Hell Yeah and the Puppeteer, which we'll touch on. B-Boy defeated Tony Cruz in a mask versus hair match. Tony Cruz hair has grown back now, but he did have his head shaved.
Huge reaction for that match, I remember.
Yeah, I think halfway through the match, Tony Cruz had B-Boy sat on the mat and he had him trapped, and he pulled his mask off thinking, I got him. But B-Boy was wearing another mask.
Very smart by the B.
Billy Mack with Saxon Hughes defeats Jasmine Brettle. And then in the semi-main event, what a match this was. Aries and the Ultimo Dragon, the
legend,
defeat The Belief, Johnny Starr and Mike Valuable. And then in the main event, Wes Williams defeats Without Warning for the All-Star Heavyweight title. There's a couple comments here. I'm going to quickly,
let's go through them.
The Millennial Man says, Mitch Kristen, I know it's true that Steph DeLanda had an accident in the ring.
That was us last week. No, that's not true, AV.
I will expose it all on Cyber Eyes. You're cooked. Stick to your extracurriculars, AV. So the Puppeteer finds himself on the biggest show of the year in a last-minute edition. Were you pleased that the Puppeteer could go from, I guess, an agricultural wrestler to the biggest show of the year in just 9 months?
An outdoor wrestler.
An outdoor wrestler, yeah. And what are your thoughts on the Puppeteer?
I was happy that he could hang it at the biggest show of the year, and no secret that I love the Puppeteer.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, but I love him in an unhealthy manner.
Yeah, you do.
Like I walk around my house quoting the Puppeteer.
I'm surprised you don't have a Puppeteer tattoo somewhere.
I gotta get one. I love the Puppeteer, and his growth within All Stars is a testament to how hard the guy works and his talent. And it's funny because he was like a preliminary wrestler at All Star, and before that he wasn't even booked anywhere. He went like 4 years without getting booked, and then we found him, and now he's a superstar. Just ask him; he'll tell you.
The legendary Ultimo Dragon appears in All Star.
The Ultimo?
Ultimo. Is that what I said?
You said Ultimo.
I'm trying to read too quickly. What was he like to have at the event, and how did the deal come about?
Oh, the deal came about. We just reached out to his people. He had an agent.
Same as every other guy.
Well, no, sometimes guys don't have agents and they're hard to find, but he's pretty easy to find. What was it like to have him on the show? He was a very nice guy, very respectful. shook everyone's hand, big smile on his face, seemed to be enjoying his time in Australia.
Signed some plastic sleeves.
Signed some plastic sleeves. I know that he loved the crowd, loved the Australian crowd. He loved seeing the sights. And anytime you can get like a legendary figure on a show is always special, you know, especially when they're wrestling. And Ultimo Dragon certainly is a professional wrestling legend. He's been at the Padstow RSL, which is very cool.
Do you feel that he lived up to expectations despite being an older fella?
Yeah.
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 Thought it was a great match too.
I don't think anyone, you know, said, "Oh, I saw the Ultimo Dragon and it sucked."
Yeah, fair enough.
So
I think just him being there was a pretty cool moment. Like,
Yeah.
being able to see him in the ring.
yeah, like he's obviously not 20 years old anymore, but he did more than what everyone expected, I think, and managed to pick up the win as well, Box.
Yeah. I mean, he looked more athletic than you, and he's 20 years older than
That's
you.
right. 20
Yeah.
years old. Jeez.
Yeah.
Isn't he 60?
Thought he was like 54.
20 to 30 years.
I mean, if he was older, it'd be even worse.
Yeah, he was 50. He's 42.
So the main event, consisting of Wes Williams versus Without Warning, occurred.
Mm.
Widely considered by All-Star fans as one of the better, if not the best, main event of the year. And referee Johnny Patini's favorite match that he's ever refereed.
I did see Bettini say that, yeah.
What did you think of the match?
Agree with Bettini. It was great. Not sure it was the greatest match I ever saw, but really good match. All guys went above and beyond, especially since Otis went into the match injured and then had it thrown on him that he was going to be in the main event in a no DQ match.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, great match.
Ryan Eagles notably absent for the first time. Can you reveal what happened and why we haven't seen him since?
We gave the real reason on the night. So he was sick. The illness was COVID, apparently. So that's why. And then we were going to have a rematch between him and Wes and let him cash in his rematch clause because it's only fair. And he was unable to make the date that we offered. So maybe we'll see Ryan Eagles in future. But I don't think we're going to see Ryan Eagles and Wes now that Wes has joined the dark side again.
So, what were your thoughts on A Night to Remember overall? Did it live up to the A Night to Remember feel?
Yeah, did I love A Night to Remember? It always feels special because it's always a big card. There's always a name on the card. And yeah, this one certainly lived up to it. It's not my favorite A Night to Remember. It's my second favorite A Night to Remember.
3 is the...
That's the pinnacle, yeah.
Then we head back to Bateman's Bay for Bash at the Bay 2.
You're at this one, Box.
I was. It was my first, I guess, traveling show. Count like the collective one.
No, they don't count.
Yeah. So it was my first, I guess.
First time doing over an hour in the car.
Yeah. So Aries defeats Vinnie Bronson for the Eastern States title. Jasmine Brettle defeats Azalea. Without Warning defeat B-Boy and the Puppeteer to retain the tag team titles. What a team. Keegan Brettle defeats J-Law by DQ. Jasmine Brettle and Keegan Brettle defeat J-Law and the debuting Judy Law.
Yeah, Judy. Oh, no, maybe Judy was in the corner for...
She was in the corner for J-Law, and I think she calls the DQ.
Yeah, but this is her in-ring debut in Bateman's Bay.
Tony Cruz defeats Luke Watts in the semi-main event. That was match of the night, I think.
That was a good match, yeah.
Wes Williams defeats Dan Archer to retain the heavyweight title. And then we make our Newcastle debut a month later.
This was an exciting period. Just nights remember, then Bateman's Bay, then Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aries defeats Morgan Rose to retain the Eastern States title. Tony Cruz defeats Caesar. Hell Yeah with the Puppeteer defeats the returning Orlando Jordan by DQ. Orlando then laid the beat down on Hell Yeah and the Puppeteer, and I think he injured Hell Yeah's larynx.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Hell Yeah couldn't talk.
Yeah. J-Law defeats B-Boy. Jasmine and Keegan Brettle defeat Billy Mack and Jesse Daniels. Was that his in-ring debut? Jesse Daniels for All-Star?
Yeah.
And in the main event, Wes Williams defeats Otis for the heavyweight title.
It's a huge card for Newcastle. That's like a Padstow caliber card.
It is.
Yeah.
Let's see. What have I got here? So what was it like appearing in Newcastle for the first time?
It was good. We got some Newcastle fans up there. Not as many as we got in Sydney, but there's like 20, 30 Newcastle fans that semi-regularly come to, Padstow.
Why the expansion into Newcastle?
If you're in the wrestling business or any business really, and you don't want to expand that business, I think it's counterproductive. Like we've established Padstow now, so it makes sense to go and establish something else. It means more dates for people, more shows, more people seeing our shows, which ultimately means more money, a bigger fan base, and you can do more with your business. Not a lot of promoters here believe in expansion, but I certainly do.
Yeah, so a pretty successful first show in Newcastle, would you say? I don't know about success. Well, it wasn't like a huge.
It was financially successful because the expenses are low. But it wasn't massively financially successful. But it wasn't designed to be either. It was designed to be, hey, this is what we are. Do you like it or not?
Yeah.
It's a sample of, and that's why they got a Padstow caliber card.
A mere, where are we here?
It's a week later, wasn't it? The next show
later, I believe so. Yeah. Oh yeah, here we are. Aries defeats Jesse Daniels to retain the Eastern States title.
It was Aries' second interstate challenge as the Eastern States champion.
Yeah. Jack Dullahan defeats the Puppeteer. Or Puppeteer, he got smashed.
He did get smashed, yeah, in that one.
Tony Cruz defeats Hell Yeah. Jasmine and Keegan Brettle Jasmine Brettle with Keegan Brettle defeats Billy Mack with Jesse Daniels to become the new All-Star Women's Champion.
She still holds now.
The All-Star Tag Team title match. B-Boy and Caesar defeat Without Warning via DQ, so therefore still the champions without warning. In a J-Law rules match, Keegan Brettle defeats J-Law with Judy Law. Keegan really defied the odds in that one.
Yeah, there was a lot of rules that were...
I can't remember.
They were skewed towards J-Law.
They were.
I think the rules were like, Keegan can't drink.
Can't do the splash.
Can't do the splash.
Crowd can't cheer for him or something like that.
I can't cheer for him. Like, how's Keegan going to control that?
Yeah. Wes Williams successfully defends the heavyweight title against Mike Valuable.
That was a banger
However,
match. Yeah.
Mike Valuable almost stole one.
Yeah, he did. I remember maybe it was referee Bettini coming out and he saw something that wasn't right and he managed to overturn the decision, thank God, or Mike Valuable might be the All-Star champion still.
Yeah. Jasmine Brettle finally wins the All-Star Women's Championship. How did it make you feel?
Oh, it was a nice moment, wasn't it, Box?
It was.
You were there.
I was there.
Jazz had been in the first All-Star Women's match. She's got all these all-star accolades on her name. First women's tag match, first intergender tag match. So for her to win the championship, it was nice. And the crowd loved it as well.
We then head to the Narendra Agricultural Show, where two young wrestlers and a referee.
We wouldn't normally talk about a spot show, Box, but this one is special.
It is. So two young wrestlers and a referee from the All-Star Wrestling School all make their debuts. Memories from Narendra, Mitch.
I really like the town.
Yeah. That was the car ride.
Car ride was a lot of fun.
Bet it was for you.
I loved it.
I almost cried.
Aussie Observer typing away. I told you.
Just picture this, right? So, driving, we have Dance and Day. In the front seat, we have Aries.
Yeah, because normally I would sit in the front seat.
But he travel sickness.
That's what he says. Oh, sorry, Chief. I get travel sickness, Chief. I got kids to feed, Chief. Sorry, Chief.
Yeet.
Yeet. So I sat in the back seat for a rare occasion.
Yeah, so I'm behind Aries on the passenger side. Mitch is behind Dancing Dave on the driver's side. And I shit you not. First there was the milk incident.
Let's not go into
Let's
that.
not go into that. Then there was just constant bullshit spewing from the mouth of Mitch the entire time.
It wasn't just me.
Insane.
It wasn't just me, Chief.
Also Aries.
And Dancing
No,
Dave.
he was driving. He did have his Zinger burger thrown out the window.
Yeah, that wasn't thrown by me.
Ah.
But fuck, it made me laugh.
Well, yeah, no, because I think someone had stepped on it,
Yeah, and
so it was squashed. And
Aries
then,
is like, you don't want this, Dancing Dave, and he launched it.
and then
Poor Dancing
but
Dave.
Aries also had to take off his shirt and throw it out the window because it was covered in coffee.
Yeah. Poor fella can't hold on to things while we're driving.
Anyway, not only was the car ride horrendous, I
liked it.
I had to room with Aries. That wasn't too bad, but he goes to sleep early, so I was up all night kind of just chilling while he slept. And I was like, oh, this isn't fun. But
What are you guys gonna do? Party, get on the beers in Narendra?
yeah.
No.
So not only did the car ride suck, but fortunately, Narendra featured the debut of Dancing Dave Waters and Alex Fox, then known as Alexander Fox. But that's
You've gone through a name change.
I have. So Caesar defeats Dancing Dave in the first session. I lose my debut match, which was an Eastern States title match against Aries.
You lost every match here. Boss.
Yeah, then Caesar beat me, and then Aries beat Dave, and then Aries beat Caesar, and then Aries and Caesar. Man, I blame him on that day. I would have kicked out, but they stacked Dave on top of me, and he was too fat for me to move. But then we head back to Newcastle September 9th. So a week later, we're back in Newcastle.
September was hectic. I remember.
Yeah, we did 4 shows in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Not many promotions are doing that, let me tell you.
Yeah, so the 2nd was Narendra, the 9th was Newcastle, the 16th was Padstone, and the 17th was Collecticon. That was rough. A disappointing turnout for September 9th, but a great card nonetheless. Jack Dullahan defeats B-Boy. Morgan Rose defeats a debuting Jay Sorbet. Otis defeats Hell Yeah. Wes Williams retains against the Red Scorpion. And the main event, Team All-Star, Aries and Keegan Brettle, defeat TMDK, or as Rap would say, TDMK, Kosei Fujita and Robbie Eagles.
The Don't Mighty Nail.
Yeah. That's the one. So how did the Kosei Fujita and Robbie Eagles appearance come about?
Kosei Fujita was sent by New Japan to wrestle as many shows as he could in Australia, I guess. And Robbie offered him and himself for a show. We happened to have a show in Newcastle, and I figured, damn, what a main event. Aries and Keegan versus the Mighty Don't Nail. You know?
Or the Don't Mighty Nail.
Yes. So I figured, let's do that. And we had the Red Scorpion involved as well. He just happened to be in the country on holiday. So put him in as well. It was kind of like a bit of an it was called International Invasion.
It was, yeah.
And it had a lot of international flavor with 2 New Japan guys and
Italian.
an Italian star, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, he's huge overseas.
Yes,
All over Europe,
yeah.
he's a big star.
And he's got an upcoming match with, or maybe it's already happened, but upcoming match with Chris Masters. So former Eastern States Championship contenders going at it in Italy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So some feel that All Star failed in Newcastle. We haven't been back since. We do have a show announced for January 27th.
Yeah, so I don't know if we failed in Newcastle. We did one crowd which was on par with the big dogs up there, I guess. The big dogs. But you know, Newey Pro, if they're the standard, then we're probably never going to reach that.
Yeah.
You know, they draw quite well from what I hear. But we were competitive with the other 2 promotions up there.
But
in
I guess
terms
at the
of
same
crowd.
time, after 2 shows, you're not going to be
No, I find like
no one's going to find success straight away.
You want to consistently run a building maybe 4 to 6 times, and that's how to decide. We haven't even been able to run the building consistently just because the venues had other things going on.
Yeah.
January 27th was the earliest date they could give us. So I wouldn't say we failed there, but if we do fail up there, it doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter, Box?
Why doesn't it matter?
Because you never succeed without failure.
Wow. What a wise man you
Wisdom.
are, Mitchell.
Wisdom. You know, you fail. Failures.
You're getting wise. You're going great.
That's right. Yeah. Failure is it's a good thing. You never want to just always succeed. So if we don't have success in Newcastle in January, then we don't have success. It's all good. I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
We then head to Padstow for a point to prove.
And was a point proven, Box?
I think a point was proven.
Oh.
Jack Dullahan defeats Jay Sorbet in the opener. Aries retains against Shep Alexander, another interstate competitor.
Yeah, from Queensland, yep.
Jasmine Brettle successfully defends her women's title against Judy Law. Mike Valuable defeats Hell Yeah, which I guess started the...
Well, you were there. You interviewed Valuable afterwards, didn't you? Or was that
No,
the
that
month
was
before?
after Proving Ground.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that kind
Happy.
of started the feud that just ended.
B-Boy defeats J-Law and Red Scorpion in a triple threat match.
I really liked that match.
Yeah, it was a really good match. Caesar defeats Otis in, I guess, what also kicked off or helped kick off the... Oh, no, they had...
Yeah, Caesar was looking for revenge because
Yeah.
of the disqualification finish the month prior.
Yeah. Tony Cruz defeats Keegan Brettle via DQ in what was an Eastern States #1 contendership match.
Yeah. I do remember
So I'm pretty sure...
Tony Cruz convinced Jasmine to slap him.
Yeah, he was mouthing off and said something disrespectful. I think he mentioned
The child,
the
Jordan.
child, yeah. And Jasmine slapped him and... caused
And
the
rightfully
DQ.
so.
Yeah.
Don't talk about people's kids.
And then they kicked his ass.
Yeah. But hey, it worked out in Tony Cruz's favor, didn't it?
It did.
Smart move.
In the main event, Orlando Jordan defeats Wes Williams to become the new heavyweight champion.
Mhm.
Why such short reign for Wes? And why the title for Orlando?
It was never meant to be a long run for Wes. Why Orlando? If you look at personal accolades and in terms of the most known wrestler in the country, I'm not saying Orlando's the greatest wrestler in the country because he's not. You got Robbie Eagles, Slex, Adam Brooks, but in terms of people, in terms of a person that has been on worldwide television, he's the only guy. So why wouldn't you put the championship on him, you know?
And then we get to There Can Only Be One, featuring 3 international competitors and the very best of All-Star. Here we are. Tony Cruz defeats Aries to become the new Eastern States champion. The Puppeteer defeats Andrew Villalobos in an open challenge.
This one's fresh on my mind, this show.
What a guy. Jay Sorbet defeats the debuting Reese Alexios, an international. Jack Dullahan defeats J-Law. Jayla J and Xena defeat Jasmine Brettle and Katie Forbes.
We've got to go into that, Box.
Yeah, we do.
Go into it.
Otis defeats B-Boy. The Belief defeat Hell Yeah and Wes Williams. Orlando Jordan successfully retains against Keegan Brettle and Lee Moreau. Tony Cruz becomes the Eastern States champion, ending the 200-plus day run of Aries. Why
yeah, it
Cruz?
was 220 something. Why Cruz? Well, I guess Cruz was the better man, Box.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Well, he cheated his way to victory,
He'd still do it.
but
Like we said before, he's a dick, but he's a talented dick.
Parramatta Eels cheat as well. Nobody gets on them.
No, lick mine now. You and your brown paper bags. The Puppeteer absolutely steals the hearts of the Padstow RSL fans as he defeats Andrew Villalobos in an open challenge. What were you thinking while this was occurring? Because I remember I was sitting up at the merch table and I looked at you and you just had pure joy on your face.
I love the Puppeteer. I've always believed in the Puppeteer. Ever since I saw that man carrying a board in Leeton by himself, I'm like, I love this guy. And when he come out to a monster reaction and he had the crowd singing his dumb nursery rhyme.
I'm a little teapot, short and
I was like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of nice things. I've been blessed to be born in a beautiful country. But the puppeteer winning the hearts of the Padstow RSL, I got tears in my eyes. Oh my goodness. Genuine tears.
the puppeteer is not even watching. He's too busy
Doesn't
messaging
matter.
our group chat.
Doesn't matter. I love the puppet.
Reese Alexios is on the card. How did his booking come about?
He just happened to be in Australia and he messaged saying, hey, I'm in Australia. I'm in Sydney.
Okay.
Well, no, he's like, here's some matches. This is how you get booked. You send some matches. You send a promo photo. He looked good. Put the video on. I'm like, well, he wrestles good as well. Hey, are you available? Yes, I am. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
What did you think of his match with Jay Silver?
was good.
Katie Forbes from the USA is also on the card after a cancelled FWA booking. Surprise, surprise. It has been mentioned previously on the pod that there is a story in regards to this. Can you elaborate? Give the people what they want.
Well, we mentioned before that Ivy denied having financial issues, and this booking came off the back of him having financial issues. So, I don't know the full story on his end, but cancelled his show. Katie Forbes is still coming. I got a phone call saying, would you have Katie Forbes on? We made a deal, and Katie Forbes turned up. Special man doesn't cancel shows unless attendance is bad.
Fair enough.
Sussex Inlet comment.
And then our second last show of the year was a Collecticon. But it wasn't just your average Collecticon.
Oh, for me, it was the average Collecticon box. For you, it was WrestleMania.
It was.
Go into it, box.
So it was the first event that was fully staffed and wrestled by people who attend the All-Star School. So session 1, Cirque de la Mort, or however you say it, the Puppeteer and Zuzu the Muscle Clown defeat myself and Dancing Dave Waters.
I should interrupt. I wonder if anyone has told Zuzu that training isn't on today.
Keegan Brettle defeats Jimmy Zero. Aries defeats Johnny Starr, and that's session 1. And then in session 2, Aries beat me again. The bastard.
Were you really going in expecting to beat Aries?
No, but I almost had him a couple times.
But imagine you pulled
Even
that
you on
on.
commentary said Alex Box could shock the world here.
Yeah, I think you're an intelligent wrestler, but you're not beating the former Eastern States champion who been undefeated all year. You're not that good, Box. Maybe in a few years.
The Puppeteer and Zuzu then defeat Jimmy Zero and Johnny Starr after Johnny Starr walked out on Jimmy.
Did what
And
all of
rightly
us
so.
want to do.
Yeah, rightly so. He's been a dick. And then Keegan Brettle defeats Dancing Dave via DQ after Jimmy came in and attacked Keegan, which led to all of us coming out and attacking Keegan. And then Zuzu, the Puppeteer, and Aries came out to make the save.
You guys all come out and bashed your head trainer. How rude.
Payback for making us do all those squats.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess.
And then it led to a Collecticon Battle Royal, where
Yeah.
Keegan Brettle won.
I didn't enter that one. I
No.
decided against it.
Yeah.
I had Wes Williams with me as
Yeah,
well.
I know. I was expecting him to jump in, but no. And then we ended the year on a banger. The card wasn't on Cage Match, so I've got to remember it.
It should be on there soon for all our Cage Match fans. Should we touch on some of these comments, Box? It's going off. You haven't touched it for ages.
The Millennial Man says, I will steal all your talent, and they'll be part of the GWFBYN.
I don't know what that is.
Mr. Hardy Productions says he once wanted to sign plastic sleeves. He spelled slaves and then corrected himself.
$27 for a sleeve.
Yeah. Trying to take over Newcastle, according to some promoters.
No, we're not. We're just trying to run Newcastle.
Rap says that car ride sounded like a good time.
Well, it certainly was.
For you. The Mighty sometimes Neil. And then Joel Southgate says, felt good to be back at All Star. Well, what a show it was.
Let's go into a box. I hope you remember, because I don't.
What was the opener?
Oh, the opener, Aries and the Puppeteer Chief.
That's right. That's right. Aries defeated the Puppeteer in round 1 of the heavyweight title contenders tournament.
And the crowd sang the Teapot song again.
Yeah, but Aries won.
It's true. But the people still love the Puppeteer.
That is true.
It doesn't matter, my absolute neighbor.
That's true. Oh, now Phil's changed his name from Rap to Sweet Chili Philly. Pick a name, Phil, please.
You still rap to me.
Where were we? What was match 2? Because that I can't remember.
Well, there was Santa come out.
That's right.
And Santa comes out and he just wants to spread Christmas cheer.
You said you have an update on Santa.
He's not doing too good. I think Christmas is off.
Damn.
And
Christmas has been cancelled.
And blame the belief. The belief have ruined Christmas.
They've ruined a lot of things.
They have. Yeah, ruined main events. Now they've ruined Christmas.
Well, friendships as well. We'll touch
So
on that.
I'm hearing a rumor that the Puppeteer will take on Santa Claus duties, and he'll go around on the 25th in the sleigh and deliver all the presents to the children. So never fear, the Puppeteer's involved, but
Doesn't look like an elf.
it looks like an elf. What time you said that?
Yeah, tell him.
Oh, well. A match 2 was actually Jack Dullahan and Keegan Brettle.
That's right.
How did it end, box?
Judy Law kicked Keegan in the nuts.
It's an ongoing thing.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't to target Keegan. It was to cost Jack Dullahan the match. And then Judy Law said that J Law's not done with him. So could be something going on there.
Could be.
Match 3? I can't remember.
Xander Sullivan versus
That's right.
Tony Cruz.
That's right.
You were terrible at this.
Wasn't that
box.
second? I thought that was second. I thought that was before
No.
Keegan.
No.
Anyway. Tony Cruz picks up the win on Xander Sullivan.
Nah,
And
mate,
he's-
nah. You know that video?
I do know the video. Yeah. And then I think the last match before intermission was B-Boy and Caesar.
They finally achieved their destiny, box. They won the All-Star Wrestling Tag Team titles, ending the long reign of Without Warning.
Yeah, so I think Without Warning won the titles in June of 22. They lost them in January. Won them back in April. So really, they've ruled the tag division of
For a year and a half.
For a year and a half, bar
3 months. Yeah.
and now B-Boy and Caesar are on top.
But for how long, box?
Who knows? Without Warning might want those titles back.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming out of intermission, we had Jasmine Brettle defeating Eugenie.
Jasmine Brettle, a great wrestler, a great mum,
Great champion.
great champion, great wrestler.
Yeah.
Great
Fine.
human being.
Great human being.
Mm.
What a guy.
Never comments on here though.
Yeah, a bit disappointed. And then the semi-main event.
Where's the support, Jazz? Where's the support?
Aries defeats Keegan Brettle to become the #1 contender for the All-Star Heavyweight title.
Who saw it coming, box?
I didn't.
No.
I backed Keegan.
You know, the majority of the fans, we did a poll on Instagram. They picked the Puppeteer to win. And he
He bowed out round 1.
bowed out round 1. But it doesn't matter, my absolute neighbors, because I am a superstar.
Yeah. And then the main event,
Oh, box. Do we want to go into it?
The Belief defeat Hell Yeah and Wes Williams in one of the most brutal matches I've ever seen.
It was pretty brutal, yeah. Highlights are on the All-Star YouTube for those that want to see the brutality.
But it was the ending and how The Belief won that shocked many, broke the hearts of many. Wes Williams clocked Hell Yeah in the back of the head.
Did it break your heart,
It
box?
did. It really did. Yeah, Wes Williams clocked Hell Yeah in the back of the head with the Belief flag and just stared at him while Johnny Starr covered him.
Almost like he was in a trance. I don't know what that was.
And then he just beat him up for a while.
And then he verbally berated him.
And the crowd.
Mm.
Yeah, I think he
But look, the crowd will call him an asshole, so he
and a
could.
scumbag.
Yeah, he could probably argue that it was
It was
It was
warranted,
fair.
Yeah.
But the attack on Hell Yeah is certainly not fair.
Yeah, Wes Williams said that Hell Yeah cost him everything. He cost him, the heavyweight title. He cost him the win the month before or 2 months before.
With Orlando, yeah.
Yeah, and then he cost him. Well, Wes Williams said that it should have been him to win the tag titles with Hell Yeah, and he let Keegan take that spot.
If you recall back at the Summer Spectacular, which we talked about today, it was Wes that came out.
It was.
And he got jumped from behind, and Hell Yeah just fought alongside Keegan while I guess Wes either was laid out on the stage or went backstage. So I personally wouldn't be bothered by that, but Wes certainly is.
Yeah, it's sad to see because I love Wes, but
he's a changed man.
Yeah. And what a year 2023 was. That's a wrap on 2023.
That's a wrap, and Rap's in the chat.
Yeah, he is. Oh, he just said something. Props to that random fan who started all the hatred towards Wes. I don't know who that guy was, but he's quite the enthusiastic fan. I thought that was your mate, Rap. don't try and work me, buddy.
You gotta call him out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was your mate. I think I saw him get into your car at the end of the night. But
wow, are you implying something's going on?
Oh, possibly.
Perhaps Rap and his friend are in cahoots with Wes.
Maybe Rap left his shorts at this guy's house.
That's good.
Sorry, Rap.
Funny.
But yeah, it was a great year for us, I think, and what a way to kick off 2024.
It was meant to be a quiet year, Box.
You say that, and you said that about 2024 as well, and look at us now.
No, 2024 is not meant to be quiet.
Sweet Chili Philly says, can neither confirm nor deny. Can confirm I never got my shorts back or my sandals. Yeah, I'm staring at them right now, Chick.
Yeah, if you want your sandals, feel free.
What are we going to do with your Rap? But I think he just did confirm that he left his shorts at that man's house. Because he just said he never got them back.
Either that or he's in cahoots with Wes.
Yeah. Maybe Wes has your shorts.
But look, Box, the question. Wes Williams is taken out at the Collecticon. Did he take himself out? Was it fake?
Did Johnny Starr take him out?
Did Johnny Starr genuinely take him out? There's still questions.
Maybe he thought that it was Hell Yeah.
Who?
Wes Williams. Maybe that's why he attacked Hell Yeah, because he thought Hell Yeah.
Yeah, but Hell Yeah wasn't there. There was a guy that looked like Hell Yeah.
Then again, Wes did say that. Well, he didn't say it verbatim, but he said that he was the one who attacked Hell Yeah. He said it was right in front of everyone's eyes.
But he attacked Hell Yeah, but who attacked Wes?
Maybe he staged it.
I don't know.
But where do we go?
There's many questions to be asked.
Have you got an update on Hell Yeah?
No. I got no update from Wes either.
Wonder what will happen January 13th at the Summer Spectacular.
We're gonna have to find out, Fox. You'll be there, I'll be there.
We will be there, and hopefully the 4 people that are watching right now will be there.
Well, I think all 4 will be.
Yeah, I think it's like...
Because I see someone called The Zoo, which we call home.
Yeah.
And that's a name I recognize.
They'll be there. Sweet Chili Philly will be there.
That's a name I recognize.
Cameraman Shay will probably be there.
Probably.
David Bullock will be there, though he's not in the chat right now.
Wow.
Maybe
so the mystery 4th person, you'll be there too, I'm sure. Now, Box, have we finished our 2023 chat?
I think we have.
What time is it? Are we keeping an eye on the time?
Yeah, it's 6:55.
Well, it seems like we should perhaps
wrap it up. No. We've got some gifts here to open from Dancing.
It's Christmas time. It's an early Christmas present.
So one of them's wrapped in newspaper.
It's shaped oddly. What is it?
It's a Charlie Haas figurine.
Is that Charlie Haas?
It says Haas on the back.
That's funny. There he is. Charlie Haas, the well, I'd say all-star alum, but not so much.
I wonder if he's got your $4,000.
He's paying it off, Chief.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, Box he's excited.
It's Chris Masters with the Eastern States title.
That is cool. That is mad.
That's awesome. And lastly,
Look at that. Don't overlook the Eastern States title.
you're gonna love this one even more. It's Orlando Jordan with the US title and the All-Star Heavyweight title.
Wow.
Wow. How do you...
That is Orlando with the 2 titles.
The US we don't care about, but look at the All-Star titles.
We gotta show the people.
That's really cool.
It is, yeah. Former US champion,
Current All-Star Heavyweight.
current
champion.
All-Star champion.
We need a Tony.
Charlie Haas is the funny one.
That is the funny
That's
one.
the joke one.
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Where's the Orlando figure?
Right there.
1, 2, 3.
Wow. Chris Masters.
Oh, we love Chris, but
Yeah.
Charlie Haas. Well, he's paying it all back. It's all right.
And you got some bubble wrap. But I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the presents. Thank you.
Thank you, Dance and Dave.
Those will be up here in All Star HQ forever.
Where are we gonna put them though?
Somewhere. We'll figure it out.
That's very cool.
That is really cool. The belts are insane. I wonder how we did that.
Well, it looks like it's we got to show the people.
Oh, this one's Velcro.
It looks like it's customized. There's the All-Star title.
And the Eastern States.
Show them the Eastern States. That one looks,
You got side plates and everything.
yeah.
Ready? I'm the champ.
I don't think Tony Cruz would like that.
I'm the champ. Coming for you, Tony Cruz.
Wow. Is that a challenge?
That is a challenge.
Box versus Cruz. Summer Spectacular, perhaps.
We will find out. We'll find out who the real Eastern States champion is. I think this is a real belt right here. Let's get Chris Martin. Anyway, we look super nerdy playing with figures right now.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool because it's people we know apart from Charlie.
Oh, we know of him. And
We know of him.
oh, this is upside down. Dancing Day. What a guy.
What a guy.
Can we wrap it up there, Mitch?
Well, there's some comments. Let's go through the comments and then we'll have some final words. If anyone has a final question or comment,
Sweet Chili Philly
post
says, wow, that popped me. Charlie Haas, ha 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 ha. Great show, lads. Great year.
Orlando Jordan will be in action, by the way. If you have this action figure and you want to get it signed,
Wow.
January 13th, iconic Padstow RSL. He'll be wrestling Aries.
Wow. What a match that'll be. What a huge opportunity for Aries.
Huge opportunity for Aries, and I'm predicting a title change.
Why does Chris Masters not have knee pads? Yeah, so am I. I'm
Mhm,
back in the big dog.
mhm. I think Aries will take it out, and it'll be very poetic. 2 years since he debuted at the very same event, takes the All-Star title from former WWE superstar.
What a story that would be.
Would be. It'll be something to tell his future grandchildren about.
Mm.
Or children.
What a-
He's already got 2.
Dancing Dave says, hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Nance and Dave.
We do enjoy it. We're gonna set them up right here. No, Chris Masters doesn't want to stand up. He's too old. Yeah, if anyone's got any final questions, throw them in. Otherwise, he's been Mitch.
I still am.
Yeah. I'm still Alex.
Mhm.
This is still the Mitch and Alex show.
I'm waiting for a Chow Min. We can wrap it up when the Chow Min is here.
Oh, I was gonna wrap it up now.
We can wrap it up now.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been 20 episodes. What a 20 episodes it's been.
What's been your favorite moment, Box?
Probably the Super Show with Keegan and Wes.
You love that show.
Yeah. Our most viewed one, I think.
Really?
Yeah, the people don't like us anymore.
No, we're not controversial enough anymore.
Yeah, we don't shit on anyone.
If
Oh,
what-
this one might get some views because Fivey. We shat on Fivey a little bit.
Nah, I don't mind Fivey as a person.
I don't like it.
Wow. Well, put it in the thing. Box hates Fivey,
Yep, I'll put it in there.
but I don't mind Fivey. I like everyone, really. It's people that have
Mitch and
issues with
Alex
me.
Show, episode 20. Box hates Fivey, but Mitch doesn't mind it.
Plus 2023 and more.
But thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
And And I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas.
Well, we're back next week, Box.
We are, but that's after Christmas.
Is it?
Yeah.
How far away are we from Christmas?
Sunday's Christmas, Sunday's Christmas Eve, Monday's Christmas.
I haven't even done my shopping yet.
Yeah. What are you going to get me?
You?
Yeah, me.
I've given you enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
PS5. Gold bar.
Sweet Chili Philly says, saw Chris Abbott recently at the shops and he wished us a Merry Christmas. Cowboy Chris Abbott versus Cowboy Ryan Eagle. Book it. Mitch, comment.
I'm playing with the Orlando Jordan figure.
Fair enough. I've said goodbye 3 times now, but thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next week for the last show of the year.
Will it be, Box?
It will be.
Maybe we'll throw a sneaky one in.
And New Year, should we do New Year's on the pod?
Now that's a good idea.
Do you really want me here at midnight?
Yeah, we'll have a kiss under the mistletoe.
Oh, poor Mia.
No, we'll talk about that, Box. New Year's episode. No one will be watching us.
No, exactly. So
But
what's the point?
oh, we could get really drunk with some friends.
And do a pod.
Yeah, like the puppeteer.
Keegan.
Nah, Keegan's too cool to come here on New Year's.
Fair enough. Dancing Dave, maybe.
Nah, Aries, but he's got kids.
Suzu the muscle clown.
Nah, he doesn't
I heard
drink.
he likes to go to the city and party
On the what?
on New Year's. He likes to go to the city and party.
Well, this isn't the city.
No.
And it won't be a party. It'll be a pod.
Yeah. So I don't think this is his style. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Have
Box
a
comment.
lovely Christmas.
Box comment.